Good evening. Today was a pretty good day. Made up for yesterday. Yesterday, my last trip. Well, I made 42 with DoorDash. Something was weird with Uber. I was going pretty good yesterday until that, but today was smooth. Smooth day today. Um, I'm definitely going to have over 185. There's a tip I'm going to get, and so it's going to be well over 185. I'm at 133 miles today. I took a lunch break. 402 for this week. Well, actually 444 because of DoorDash. So it's not bad. Not complaining. Gonna get my diamond. Really, you're only getting better support. And actually, with Platinum, you get fast enough support. So I don't know. I don't really think it's worth, unless you're the airport person like I used to be. But I'm not ride sharing people anymore, so I don't really care about that. So I'm just doing trips. That's why I'm not chasing the Quest anymore, because it works when you drive people, and I'm not driving people. So, but this week, 44 trips, 106 points. Yep, he tipped me. Good tip there. This one pissed me off. Nice rich house and no tip, and it was $3.99. Should have taken that one, but oh well. So yeah, really now when it comes to my success in rideshare, I mean technically it's not rideshare, but it's e-gig work. That's why I call myself the e-gigster troll, because I'm an e-gig worker. I use all the apps. I'm doing better now than I've ever done, and I've always been able to make myself tax-wise really good. I haven't paid taxes in like 3 years because of all my deductions, and this year I think I'm still going to be able to pull that off. The car's going to be $7,500. I don't think I made as much money because of the time I was working at UMass. That really lowered my money. I would have made more money if I kept doing rideshare. Oddly enough, you go to work and you have a union job, and I got paid more than minimum wage, and I was making overtime, but it's different. So, but yeah, doing this with Uber, I'm getting over $1 a mile. That's including my dead miles. That 133 is all the miles I drove today. So not bad. So at this rate, I'm definitely getting over $1 a mile. And my last Outlander definitely had no problems. I mean, I impeccably maintain my car. I really do. The Chevy Cruze, it wasn't my fault. Some dickhead drove it, and yeah, I had to pay for those repairs, but it's still running today. I see it almost every day. My brother's using it. It drove across the country. The reason why I get the miles out of my car is because I take care of it. You know what I mean? When I need something, I fix it. I replace it. So I see myself beating my Ford in this car. The Ford did have problems, and it was making a knock sound. I forget the part of it. They said that section where it connects, and that styrofoam, well, it's not styrofoam. I guess that comes loose. The dealers couldn't find out what was wrong with it, but that makes absolute sense. And it was kind of a pain in the ass. And that vehicle, I had to use the extended warranty on for the air conditioner. So that Fusion was a good car, but really cost money before the 120 mark. I see myself lasting more than 120 in this vehicle, and Mitsubishi has provided CVT transmissions for Dodge in the past. They've definitely done a lot of electrical work. This model was assembled in Japan, and I think that does have a play in it. I think, American assembled cars are streaky because of the issues with the workers. That's just my personal opinion. You see them going on lunch and drinking beer on lunch break and coming back and being disgruntled and angry, and I guess what they call the Chevy Lordstrom syndrome in Ohio. And, so I don't know. People like Toyotas. I have nothing against Toyotas, but for the value of what I have in this Mitsubishi and what the miles I'm going to get out of it, I'm definitely going to save money. This is the Grand Touring version of the Mitsubishi. It has all the bells and whistles to it, the leather seats and everything. It actually is a step up from the Ford Fusion I had with the luxury pack. Definitely at least $25,000 less than the Ford Explorer version. And looking inside this vehicle, the space to my friend's Explorer, it's comparable. What can you say? I think I get good value out of the vehicle. Definitely when it came to trading in the vehicle, I now remember I owed like $17,900. This had a sticker price of $44,000 on it, and I had to only borrow $35,000. So this $17,900 from that other vehicle, I didn't have to pay that. So I got a $17,900 discount on that vehicle. And then I just, with zero money down, stepped into this vehicle at payments of $500 a month. Now remember, my Fusion, I was paying $525 a month on that vehicle. And with my other Outlander, I had 9% interest. This one, I have 3.7. So over the long run of the vehicle that I'm going to have it, with the 3.79% interest, I'm definitely going to spend a lot less on interest than I would have on the last Outlander. So rather than needing to refinance, I actually stepped into a better vehicle and was able to wash that loan away without having to pay the rest. I got credit for paying it though. Definitely when it comes to my performance as an e-gig worker, so far this year, I am definitely doing better than I ever have. I'm driving a lot less miles, at least 100 less miles a day than I've ever done. Today I didn't have to spend any money on gas, and I typically only spend 20. So that's, with my Ford Fusion, I was spending $50. I think I remember showing those videos before. It's definitely hundreds of dollars less in gas I'm spending, and I'm making more money regularly, routinely, rather than being so streakish. So I don't know. There's definitely a point of view. When it comes to my point of view, is it's my vehicle. I can make money on it. But I understand the point of view the insurance company is going to have, and the bank. That's the reason why when it comes to like getting a mortgage or something, it's going to be hard unless you can just use your bank statements. That's why if you have a good dealer and a good salesman or a manager that knows what he's doing, you can get into a good vehicle at a good price. And if you go to a dealer It doesn't play along, then you're going to spend more on interest, because once they know that you're an Uber driver, like I know Santander was not a bad bank, but yeah, I was paying 9% interest because they knew I was an Uber driver. So you're going to be stuck at like a prime rate, a subprime rate. But technically, I didn't get fired from my last W-2 job, so therefore I didn't quit yet. So technically, I'm just still laid off. That's not a lie. I didn't quit, so I didn't formally go in there and quit. So, and they didn't fire me. So therefore, you can have a second job. That's a W-2 job, and use that as income. And you know what I mean? Definitely a lot of loans are going to make sure you're not using your vehicle as a business expense. And how many people that are doing this industry are totally honest with their bank saying that they're not making money, right? I mean, give me a break. You know what I mean? You're kind of not smart to rat yourself out, right? I mean, it's not their business what I'm doing in my car. I don't care, It's just my point of view, because I'm an e-gig worker. And so that's my point of view. I'm not working for the bank. I don't care about the bank. All I care about personally is I will pay the bank the car off. And definitely I don't have a problem paying my bills. I have zero late payments on any of my credit report. Zero late payments. I'm near 800 on the FICO. So why should I give the bank extra money ahead of time? It should just be in my savings. I can pay it on time and then put the extra in my savings account. That's what I'm doing, because I learned a lesson the hard way about paying it in advance. Because then you're doing the same thing. Because on my Chevy Cruze, I was ahead a year, right? But you still have to pay it. You know what I mean? You still got to pay it. You're still paying it the same rate. I paid off the Cruze sooner. So, yeah, that's just my point of view. I got my money I know I won't ever touch in one of my savings. And then I put my bills that I'm ahead into the other savings account. That's the way I'm doing it. I'm not in a point where I'm impulsively spending money to the point where I don't have it. I'm not. I used to be that way in my 20s. I used to spend money and I'd be broke before payday. I haven't been like that in a long time. I don't have to borrow money from people anymore. Not judging anybody that does. So I'm past that stage of development, I guess. So I don't really have to worry, like, oh man, if I don't pay this bill, I might spend it before, you know what I mean? Like I would when I was young, you know what I mean? So I just stick it in the savings. I know what bills, if all else fails, what bills I would renege on and what ones I won't. But now I don't have any credit card debt, so I don't have to worry, because that was the major thing. Keeping up with all the minimum payments was, man, you get into that experience, you don't want to experience it again. So yeah, you won't see me in that position again. So that's the reason why I work every day, and some of my family members bitch and moan. In this business, you make money when you have the chance. So therefore you do it. So then pretty soon I'll just have my government loans. I took care of I got approved for my income payment. So yeah, I got the interest factored out with that. I'm going to be back to zero with that. And then pay off the vehicles. But of course, you have to prepare for whatever can happen, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So paying ahead is good, but putting the money aside in the savings account is the better idea, unless you're afraid you're going to spend it. But then say if an emergency happens and I need to, well then I spend that, and then I'm not touching what I'm saving, and then I don't get screwed. Because then, what is it better to go use some credit card debt if you know you're going to spend something that's going to take more than a month to pay off? Or you could have go into that money that you put ahead for the car while you're still keeping up. Then at least you're not putting yourself into credit card debt that has a higher interest rate than what your car loan is, right? So then, under that philosophy, it's a better idea. Because if you give all that money, like I've done before with the Fusion, I was 5 months ahead. That's like over $2,600 that I could have used, that I didn't have because I gave it to the bank. So, I mean, I learned from that. I mean, I'm not judging anybody. We all have our philosophies and practice our strategies, but that sucked when I needed the money, and I knew that, like, darn, I was so far ahead of my vehicles, and I didn't need to be. And that was thousands of dollars that I could have used when I needed it. And luckily, I skated through, and, yeah, and it was okay. So, but yeah, that's kind of what got me in trouble. Was paying too far ahead and not really looking at objectively how much I needed to make. Because that's kind of what I did, was I got really far ahead of on my cars, and a little too far. And then I was paying my rent with my credit card. And then I was just barely getting by because I didn't really look at it thoroughly like I look at my budget now. I know how much I need to make each day. So it's concretely, boom, I know when I meet it. And then, boom, I make the gas. So I've made my quota, I've made my gas, and then I'm making more. So then I know I'm making extra, and I'm not spending it. So that's just kind of, I guess what they call heuristic thinking can get you in trouble if you're just thinking about it quickly. Now, what the hell's the other term when you're thinking about it more in the long term, more Jesus, I'm crazy today. I can't pronounce it, but I have the word in my top. Methodical. Yes, there you go. Yeah, gosh. So, yeah, taking my budget, dividing it by the month, looking at it thoroughly, what I spend. That's how I came up on my dollar amount, and then it simplifies it. And so then I'm making a profit now to the point where I have that extra, and now I'm recovered from a Hawaii trip that, I wouldn't have been able to have gone to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Flew over there, rented the car and everything, if I didn't put the money aside in the cash. If I put all that money ahead in the car, when that unfortunate incident happened with, I wouldn't have been able to have done it. So, life stuff happens, and so that's an example. And this last month, I was able to maintain my current bills and also use the profit to replenish the plane tickets and the rental of the car. So that's pretty cool, and I'm psyched about that. And I'm making, surprisingly, I'm still up there. As I'm anticipating a slowdown, but definitely the lockdown's helping, and so therefore, you take advantage of it when it is here, because you never know when it slows down. So that's the reason why I set up the several different accounts, just to make it easy to compartmentalize the money. I double my bills, and then I put the double part into my other savings and then keep the bill in my checking for the month in advance. And then after that, the rest I put into my savings that I don't touch, and then I know that I'm not overspending. And then what I will do, if I do owe, and I don't think I will, because I have more deductions now this year because of this car. So I'm anticipating being able to really have a good refund this time. Who knows? I might be wrong, but I've got a refund last year, and yeah, I made more money, I think. So I'm looking pretty good. So if I do owe money, I'm gonna use the PayPal credit, the 6 months with no credit, with no interest. I'm gonna utilize that, and then pay it. And then I will put that money aside as well. That's the way I'll do it. That's the only exception I will use the credit for. So then at least I can keep the savings and keep it. And then at least I'm not paying interest with that PayPal deal. And then be able to pay it. And then avoid the interest and not touch. Yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to stick to it. I hope you guys are staying healthy. And thank you.